There's a solar storm heading towards Earth and it could possibly impact your phone. Basically, to make it short and simple for you guys, there's solar winds coming from the sun right now. And if the solar winds end up colliding with Earth, it'll be too hot to handle for the Earth's magnetic field. So if you wake up tomorrow and your phone's not working, you know why. Follow for more.
Energy update. Okay, you guys, we have a lot to cover today. This is the Schumann resonance. This happened about 11 to 12 o'clock last night. We had more rainbow blast where we had a small break yesterday, but it's all ramping up. Let's take a look at the sun side because that's where it gets interesting. Okay, just recently, within the last hour, we received an M class 1.29. The solar winds are moderately high, and we had a type 2 radio emission. The sun is ramping up a lot, so let's keep going. Okay, you guys, see all these solar flares that we have been getting? We have been getting bombarded. There's that M class that we just received within the last hour. Okay, the coronal hole is now, that one has departed off the limb. This one is Earth facing now, and we have been getting a lot of filament ejections. Let me show you the beautiful picture. Okay, if you can see that right there, the filament ejections, this one is ejecting as well. So we have been getting a lot of plasma ejected out into the atmosphere that will eventually get to Earth. Now here is a crazy graph. So this solar winds here, we have had the most intense solar winds the last 3 days. The last occurrence was January, almost 10 months ago. So you guys, we are ramping up completely, and we are on a earthquake watch now. Okay, these are the sunspots that are rotating. These are the main players. These right there, that is what is ejecting, that filament ejection. These are creating it. Now, the interplanetary magnetic field is ramping up. So that solar winds that we've been getting is due to the coronal holes, the massive, it's the most juiced we have had since January. So our interplanetary magnetic field connecting to us, Earth, that is why they are on the earthquake watch, because of all the activity all of this is producing. So if you have been feeling wonky like me, this is why, you guys. All of these solar flares, the solar winds are really wreaking havoc on our bodies and our nervous system. But no fear, because we know that it is upgrading our etheric body, right? So drink your water, ground. I love you. I'll keep you posted. Love you.
Hold on, don't go nowhere. Got a new update on this system. This first system, it's not going to be that much. All this first system is going to bring down the colder air for this system, second system right here. The first system is just going to go and clip and just fly off to the northeast, but also give snow into these areas right here where the blue is. Now, the second system where these yellow dots are, North Carolina, South Carolina, Georgia, Florida, watch the panhandle of Florida, Alabama, Mississippi, Louisiana, and Texas. You're going to want to watch these models. Now let's show you the temperatures. Okay, I set this up to where you can actually see the numbers. These numbers are in Fahrenheit, so whatever number it is, that's the degree you're going to be in. Now I want y'all to watch. The 12th, you're going to want to watch around the 18th to the 19th. Watch up here in the north, it fly down. And these are actual, the numbers that you see on here are actual temperatures of what they're forecasting it to be. All right, here we go. We're on the 16th, 17th. Here we go. Look, here it comes. Here it comes. Look at that right there, just beginning. Now look at these negatives, all negatives. Here we go. It's pushing down into Texas. These are real-time temperatures right here. the numbers that you see, that is your temperature. Look at all the way to the Gulf. Watch this. I'm just going to keep on easing it by until it gets there. Watch these. It's going to get into the, maybe the teens. Look at that. Look where I'm at. Single digits. 3 degrees in Texas. 10 degrees right here where I'm at. I mean, come on, man. This is the coldest temperatures so far yet. And let's look at the model. Okay, we got the European model here. Remember the people I had in the yellow dots? In the blue area and the yellow dots, you're going to want to watch this. Now, coming down around the 18th, you're going to see this little system that just sweeps by, but gets a little better organized over here and moves off to the northeast. We're about on it. Hold on, it's still running. Here we go. Here we go. This little system right here. It's not much, but bam, then it starts blowing up to the northeast. But that's the system that brings the cold air for this system right here. Are you kidding me? Look at that. Look at that. And it shows the cold air pushing all the way down past Texas. Look at all this dark blue in South Carolina, Atlanta, Georgia, Mississippi. Look at Florida, man. Look at all this over here. Guys, this is, it could be quite an event, or this cannot even happen. All right, but look. Also, on the 29th. Look at that. Peace. Love y'all.
The sun is constantly shooting out streams of charged particles in all directions, moving at 1,000,000 miles an hour. This solar wind blows a vast magnetic bubble, our heliosphere, that extends beyond the outer planets. It pushes out against the thin gas of interstellar space. There's a border where one ends and the other begins. Voyager 1 reported back to Earth that its detectors were being pummeled by more and more cosmic rays. Until then, we didn't know where the interstellar ocean began. Voyager 1 pressed on, past a boundary we had never crossed before. The heliosphere shields us from most of the deadly cosmic rays. When stormy solar winds blow, this zone of protection grows. In calm solar weather, it shrinks. When a star goes supernova in our galactic neighborhood, the debris from the exploded star pushes the heliosphere back towards the sun. If it's strong enough to push it all the way back to Earth's orbit, our planet gets a radioactive bath of supernova debris.
Did you know that the sun may hit Earth with a solar storm in 2025? Every 11 years, the sun experiences a peak in solar activity, known as a solar maximum. During this time, the sun is more active and produces stronger and more frequent solar flares. The most intense recent solar storm was in 1859, the Carrington event, which was so extreme that auroras were seen down south in Hawaii. Now, if that same level event was to happen again, satellites, cell phones, GPS, electric cars, and the internet would no longer work. Pipelines that carry oil and gas would also be corroded, and electrical grids all across the world would be crippled.
Energy update. All right, you guys. So right now we're pretty calm with the solar winds, the solar flares, but here we are. The central coronal hole that is Earth facing is what we are on the look at right now. This is very large, and we're kind of watching this, and the projected time through space weather is 36 to 48 hours. This will create solar winds, which solar winds create solar flares. So you guys just be on the lookout for this in the next 36 to 48 hours, probably Sunday, possibly Monday. So hold on, drink your water, and keep purging, and also keep staying in center, in balance. The theme right now is just be. Just be. And when you just be, everything flows, ebb and flow, right? So hold on, we will keep you posted and see what this produces. Schumann resonance today, pretty quiet, some density. We had some good light and density yesterday, but pretty good. So how are you feeling? Today I'm feeling so thirsty. So hold on, we're doing great, and I will keep you updated moving forward. Like, follow, and share if you like this kind of information on our ascension that we're going through, because as I said, solar sun, Mother Gaia, her heartbeat is helping us ascend. I love you guys so much.
Max pressure has returned. Solar storm incoming. January 1st, 2025. Hold on. You feel it yet? Shields are wide open. One million 340,161.78 miles per hour slow wind. Be ready for anything. Thank you.
On January 19th, a sudden flash freeze has growing high confidence trending, possibly breaking records from Chicago, New York to Texas. Residents need to be winter weather ready.
All right, TIK TOK, do we have a major solar storm incoming? Looking here at the Schumann resonance graph, we can see these white, red, orange energies coming through. What piques my interest about this is it was just quiet these last couple of days, but now we're starting to see those bright, red, orange, white energies coming through. Also today, coming from NASA, the image of the sun, you see this massive coronal hole stretching almost the entire length of the sun. You can see it a lot better here in this filter image here. That massive coronal hole is what sends out coronal mass ejections. Are we headed for a major solar storm? Is this sun hole going to release a lot of energy to Earth here soon? What do you guys think?
Some of us may have got lucky with this last storm. It wasn't as bad as it was predicted, but we have a monster coming in from the 19th through the 25th. You could see that from half of the United States all the way over to the East Coast, it's going to be extremely wet and cold. I myself hoping for ice, but it looks like we might get a lot of, I'm hoping for snow, not ice. Sadly here in the West Coast where it's needed, it looks like they're not going to get very much at all, but start to get prepared as we saw with the last storm. People get to the stores and, you know, if you don't get there early, it's not good, but it's going to be extremely cold all the way down. Very interesting how it's like a straight line down the United States and over to the right. And the white area is expected to be, some of those numbers say -30 and 40. Extremely cold. So make sure you get prepared for this. You don't want to get caught outside or not have your necessities at home when this is happening.
The sun gives us light and warmth, but there's a dangerous side to its generosity, a very dangerous side, the solar wind. This isn't a breeze you can feel. It's a constant stream of charged particles, mostly electrons and protons, shooting out from the sun at incredible speeds. Now, Earth's magnetic field does a great job of protecting us, deflecting most of the solar wind. But sometimes, the sun throws a real tantrum with what are called coronal mass ejections. Sometimes, though, some sneak through and interact with our atmosphere, creating the beautiful aurora borealis. These storms can mess with our satellites, causing communication blackouts and navigation errors. They can also overload our power grids, leading to widespread blackouts. It is a powerful force that can both captivate and threaten. The solar wind is a reminder of the powerful forces at play in our solar system and how crucial it is to understand them.
I am replying to Ms. Erin. She asked a great question. So what are solar winds? Solar winds are a stream of charged particles that are released from the upper portion of our sun, which is called coronal holes. Now this plasma consists of electrons, protons, and kinetic energy. So that produces the solar winds. Now here's our sun, here's the solar winds. Now we have a magnetic field over our Earth that's a protective cover. But when this plasma gets ejected out, it can penetrate that magnetic field and it can create solar winds. Now, solar winds, you can't see it, you can't feel it, like it's not the wind, you can't feel it, but we can feel it energetically. We can feel it through body pains, body fatigue, headaches, anxiety, nervousness. So it can affect our physical body and our etheric body as well. So coronal holes are the culprits for the solar winds. It's just this mass ejection of the protons, the electrons, and the kinetic energy. So if you feel like you are a sensitive, like I am, and a lot of people who follow me are, you can get affected through these solar winds. Now, solar winds, once the coronal hole ejects that out, because the coronal hole is very, very hot. Once it rumbles enough to just eject it out, it takes 3 days to get to our planet Earth, the magnetic field. So it takes, once it happens, then 3 days later, we will get the winds, because the coronal hole right now, on the weekend, it was Earth facing, it created a lot of solar winds, and now 3 days later, we're starting to feel the effects. So hopefully that gives you a visual of what the solar winds are and that it's easy to understand. So if you need more help or you have any more questions, please don't hesitate to put them in the comments. I love you.